Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched NXT UK episode 31 and NXT episode 493. It was said online or somewhere, I don't know where I heard it, that there's going to be a huge announcement on NXT. And it wasn't that huge. It was kind of expected because the same thing happened kind of last year or about the same time, and that's the Dusty Classic. So we have, before I get to talk about the episodes, this is the main thing that I want to talk about because honestly, today was kind of a long day, kind of spaced out, and I ended up starting to draw something while I was watching NXT. So I wasn't really paying that much attention to the actual matches. But we get announced that in 2 weeks, the Dusty Classic will begin. And the first 4 teams, there's 8 teams total. The first 4 teams are announced: Undisputed Era, European Union, which is Fabian Eichner and Marcel Bartel, Forgotten Sons, and the Street Profits. So who are those other 4 teams going to be? I think we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out next week. Maybe we'll find out in 2 weeks after this first round of matches is done. But I'm looking forward to it. I can't really think of anybody else off the top of my head. Cause, well, let's see. DIY. They could be in there. I don't know. So, let's talk about the events. This is going to be a super quick episode. I'm just going to do a real quick rundown of everything. Over on NXT UK, this is another episode that was filmed at Access in Phoenix, Royal Rumble Access, and I believe I was in the audience for Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster versus the Kofi brothers, Joe and Mark Coffee Gallus. So Gallus won that match. And then we had Shane Thorne versus Trent Seven. Trent Seven won that match. And then we had a promo between Grizzled Young Veterans and Oni and Danny. It's building up towards their match, which is one of my favorite matches of all of Access. So I think that's coming up either next week or the week after that, that championship match. Check it out. And then our main event, Toni Storm versus Rhea Ripley. I'm so bummed that I didn't see this live. This is a great opportunity to go see that, but I think I was in line for a photo or something, and so I totally missed it. But Toni successfully... What? I have a scratch on my forehead. Well, I have the cut on my head when I... Oh, I didn't tell this story. Okay, I got a hotel room after the show at Elimination Chamber. The show called Elimination Chamber. I got a hotel room because I had an early flight the next morning. Got a few hours of sleep, but after I woke up, I didn't have the lights on, and I went to throw something away next to the front area with all like the tape, the desk and table stuff, and I bent down to throw the stuff into the trash can, and I just smacked my head right into the mini fridge because this is why I didn't even know it was there. I didn't realize it was there because I didn't have my glasses on. The lights were off, and the mini fridge is black. So all of those things combined, didn't see it, and totally thunked my head into it, cut it open. Very similar to Goldberg when he headbutts his locker. He just gets that little blood spot, that's the gash in his head. So I have that in my head, but there's also like another cut in my head for some reason. I don't know what that's from. It's weird. I have to look at that in the mirror. I'm just feeling it, and I'm concerned where that come from. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, Toni successfully defended her championship against Rhea Ripley. So I really hope that they both not necessarily have a match with each other at WrestleMania Access, but I hope that they each have a bunch of matches, or at least one match and that I'm able to see at least one of them. But yeah, we'll see who is the next to challenge for the United Kingdom Women's Championship. I think probably Jenny. I think she's right up there, and that's all I could think of. That's the only person I can think of who might be ready to take on Toni Storm and possibly defeat her. But we'll see what happens. Over on NXT, we open with an excellent match between Roderick Strong and Aleister Black. Black wins via BM. That's how I wrote it down. And I realized immediately that was a mistake, but I left it anyway. Never defeat your opponents via BM. Use some other maneuver. Some other movement. Let's see. The Undisputed Era attacks after this, and Ricochet comes out and helps fend them off. We learn about the Dusty Classic coming in 2 weeks. Then we had a locker room skirmish take place before. Oh, okay. So Shayna Baszler and her friends, Jessamine and Marina, were just giving everybody a hard time back in the locker room. So Mia Yim versus Xia Li. Mia Yim won this match, but then Shayna and friends attacked, and then the whole locker room of trainees all came out to try to fend them off. And that brings us to. So it was pretty interesting. I like that. I like this match between Mia and Xia. It was cool to see. I can't remember. Is this Xaya's first match on NXT TV? It's either her first or second match. I'm not sure. And then we have the main event: Velveteen Dream versus Johnny Gargano for the NXT North American Championship. And Velveteen Dream wins. We have a new champion, and see where things go from here. Everything is kind of wonky right now because of the whole NXT guys over on Raw and SmackDown. It's not really clear if that's going to be if they're on all shows now, because obviously they're still on NXT also. And Tommaso Ciampa at the very least is going to still be on NXT until somebody takes away or he relinquishes Goldie. I can't see him ever giving up Goldie voluntarily unless he is paid millions of dollars. And they say, all right, well, I'm still not giving it up. You fool. You made the deposit without any assurance that I would actually hand it over. And then he runs off into the forest and hides his gold. Buries it deep underground where no one can find it. Okay, so that's... Yeah, I'm interested to see what's gonna be going on, what happens with all of this. It might be a huge mess, but it might be really cool. We'll just find out. Another real quick thing, because this episode is a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, there's so much, part of what I was trying to I thought that I would try to avoid Reddit and online discussion in general, is that it feels like even when something really good happens, within the top 2 comments, the top 2 replies, somebody has to turn it into a negative. They say, well, it was great, but it wasn't nearly as great as it would have been if, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or that'd be great, but I hope they don't screw it up. Like all that kind of thing. It's just a very, not really, is a pessimistic way to look at everything. It's a very, I guess that's the best word I can think of. So like that gets me down like very quickly and makes me not enjoy reading any discussions or participating in discussions or anything like that. That it's anything positive is so quickly turned into talking about something negative, whether it's at the expense of that positive thing or it's just like an add onto or like a completely unrelated thing. that's brought into the picture. But the camera work is really bad. Blah, blah, blah. So, just wanted to get that off my chest. I'm trying. I just want to enjoy as much as possible, and so I'm going to try. I know I throw some jabs in there here and there, but for the most part, I just want to I want to talk about stuff that I enjoy about everything that I watch in WWE, in movies, and other TV shows. By the way, I realized that The Walking Dead has had episode 2 now, and I gotta go watch it and talk about it. So stay tuned for that. Survivor also started tonight. I'll have an episode about that. That'll be like really, really quick episode, I think. Won't be nearly as in-depth as these ones. So that's it for right now. Stay tuned for Survivor, for The Walking Dead, for the upcoming episode for this week's comics and Doom Patrol, and then, of course, all of the WWE stuff next week. And I said I was going to see Alita Battle Angel. I decided not to see it yet again. I'm going to see it tomorrow. No, I'm not going to see it tomorrow. That way, if I say I'm not going to see it, then I probably am going to see it. Also, I got Overlord on Blu-ray. I got to watch that with commentary. I won't do a whole specific episode about it, but I will be talking about it on an episode in the very near future. So that's it for now. Tweet me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please leave with your friends. And subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcasts. Thanks for listening. Bye. If you want to know exactly what I was saying in those mumbly fast bits, just listen to any other episode. That's the first time I've done it so poorly. All right, bye.